Goku? Oh, wow.
His attitude's made a complete 180.
He looks stronger than ever.
Goku and I are getting older, sure, but white hair? It's far too early for that.
Sounds like it's black hair or nothing, huh, Chi-Chi?
I don't know. I kinda dig the silvery look.
Well, Gohan definitely looks stronger and not like a delinquent for once. Otherwise, I don't get this form.
From what he told me, the Elder Supreme Kai performed a ceremony to unlock his latent inner power.
Saiyans do the strangest things. This is around when Goten and Trunks trained with him. He's taught them a whole lot.
I don't forgive him for that time he kidnapped my son, but Gohan really took a liking to him.
It's hard to imagine that he was once a bad guy.
I've known Krillin for what feels like forever. He was such a precocious little snot back then. But look at how much he's grown.
With his martial arts skills, he's teamed up with Goku and the others to protect our planet countless times. He's even got a lovely wife and daughter.
Considering how many times he's been wished back to life by the Dragon Balls, I'd say he's almost as tough as a Saiyan. This is when he came back from the future again.
How could I forget? It was when that Goku doppelganger was messing up the future.
Poor Trunks. It seems like he's always been faced with hardship.
Jocko said that using time travel so much wasn't a good idea. But what other choice did I have but to help out my son? Trunks sure has gotten strong, hasn't he?
Yes, it's so relieving to see our kids growing up into respectable adults.
You should be proud.
Oh, my clever little boy. Even when he's being a brat, he's just the cutest.
I'm so glad that Goten has another kid his age to play with.
Those two get up to a lot of trouble together, but it's always a ton of fun to watch.
Seems like no time at all that Trunks transformed as well. Vegeta was so caught off guard, he called it a Super Saiyan bargain sale.
Yeah, I've heard that Gohan had a lot of trouble.
Some things just come easier to others. This little cutie's my second son, Goten. He's got a real talent for martial arts.
Chi-Chi, you used to spar with Goten, didn't you?
I could totally see that. After all, you were tough enough to reach the quarterfinals of the World Tournament.
Hey, if I don't want him to become a delinquent, I need to raise him to be strong and dependable.
That's some tough love.
I knew this would happen sooner or later. Every Saiyan eventually becomes a spiky-haired delinquent.
Goten is so powerful, despite the fact that he's just a little kid.
The first time he transformed, I was furious. But then again, what else should I have expected from Goku's son?
And just like that, Trunks could also turn Super Saiyan. It was such a shock since no one actually taught him how.
This is the fusion of Goku and Vegeta after wearing the Patara earrings.
There was some uncertainty on this, but you can only stay fused for an hour until you run out of energy.
I've always wondered, would a fused person be fed with a meal for one, or do they need to eat twice as much?
Vegeta Blue, he called it? There's so many frickin' transformations, it's hard to keep track sometimes.
He tried on this form for the first time to take on Goku Black and Zamasu.
Wow. I wonder how much stronger they can get, even beyond that.
The fusion of Goku and Vegeta. Wait, how is it different from Vegito?
This version is the result of them performing the fusion dance. It's a lot more difficult than just putting on some earrings.
Trunks and Goten had to do the same thing. Vegeta was not a fan of those silly poses.
Gogeta looks great when he goes super.
I'm tired of saying all this super stuff.
All right, all right.
Gogeta is so immensely powerful, he was able to stop Broly's rampage.
Is this their strongest transformation of all then?
I don't know. We certainly had some nice things to say, so maybe Blue is best.
My sweet baby Goten. He's turned into such a little troublemaker.
He hasn't inherited a lot of Trunks' better qualities. Always getting carried away as soon as a fight begins.
It's cool that they're always so full of energy, but I don't like how much they push their opponent's buttons.
When the turtle hermit drops the perversion and gets serious, he's a tough one. To handle training Goku, he'd have to be.
He always gave it his all, whether it be when Frieza came to Earth or at the Tournament of Power.
He looks so different compared to when he's relaxing at Kame House.
Still don't know if Whis bringing Frieza back to life was the best idea. After all, he said that he had no intention of turning over a new leaf.
At least he had no delusions that what he was doing was evil.
If he does anything really bad, we'll just have Goku deal with him again.
Whoa! It's so shiny, I'm almost blinded by it.
Turning golden when you power up. It's so much like a Super Saiyan.
In other words, it's Frieza's delinquent form.
This is Boo, who lives at our house now. All he ever does is eat and sleep, but he's actually super powerful.
I know he's tremendously strong, but why wasn't he in the Tournament of Power again?
He ended up training a little too hard. And then he took a nap that he couldn't wake up from in time. Oops.
That's my dad, the world champion, Mr. Satan.
Still such a popular guy. People named an entire city in his honor after he defeated Cell, as we all know.
I know. He's gotten all these accolades that our friends deserve for how hard they fought to protect us.
Hey, he's a charismatic guy. It happens. I can't imagine how insufferable Vegeta would be if he let things go to his head.
You know what? He's worked hard and done a lot for us. I hope Mr. Satan continues to do his best going forward. He and Tien Shinhan used to train under the sinister Crane Hermit. Also, for some reason, he's always looked like he's a tiny baby.
Despite how cute he looks, I know he's like a telekinetic assassin or something, right? Underestimate him and you'll pay the price.
He has a brave and honorable side to him. One time, he gave his life for Tien Shinhan with a kamikaze attack.
This was Goku's father who died many years ago. I'd love to meet him someday when I pass away.
He looks a lot like Goku, but way more serious.
If he's a Saiyan, I bet good money he was killed by Frieza, wasn't he? Oh, poor guy.
I'm grateful that he delivered my Goku here to me on our little blue planet. It's Frieza's dad. I wonder if he can change into all sorts of different forms as well.
Trunks obliterated him in about 2 seconds, so I couldn't tell ya. Barely remember him.
I think he's in hell with the other bad guys. Serves him right.
Looks like 17's chilled out a bit. These days, he protects the forests on a remote island, and he's a dad.
When he won the Tournament of Power for us, I know he wanted a nice boat for him and his family, but he wished to save our universe instead.
Well, I gave him an expensive cruiser, so wish fulfilled.
Just what I'd expect from the richest woman on Earth.
Gotta say, Krillin scored himself a gorgeous wife.
I wonder if cyborgs like her and her brother age after they've been mechanically altered. Guess only time will tell.
Does that mean 18 will be young and beautiful forever?
A wife who's young forever. What more could a guy dream of?
She went from being one of our most hated enemies to being a fellow protector of the planet. Crazy how things change, huh?
Frieza's cannon fodder. I don't know how someone so horrible can have so many followers.
They're well equipped and well organized. Even got a proper uniform.
I wonder if working for Frieza has good health benefits.
This Broly guy supposedly grew up in the wild. They say he's so strong that even Goku couldn't beat him on his own.
He worked for the Frieza Force for a little while. I hope he's not another bad guy to deal with.
He was actually being used by his father and is rather innocent at heart. The way he talks is kind of adorable, in its own way.
Broly's become a delinquent too. Must be his dad's fault that he took a bad turn.
I've heard that Broly's father, Paragus, put an electric collar on him to make him obey his commands.
How awful to do that to your own child.
His hair is so spiked out and his muscles are bulging. He looks like he's about to explode or something.
In this state, you lose your sense of self, apparently. That's part of why Broly's training with Vegeta and Goku under Beerus.
Wow, maybe he'll come visit Earth sometime.
I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw Vegeta groveling in front of anyone. But a god of destruction would do it.
Yet with no hesitation, you had the guts to slap him right across the face.
Well, yeah. He ruined my party, after all.
So intense. I can't believe all that happened over some pudding.
Whis is an angel who works as Beerus's attendant and teacher. He's also my foodie buddy.
Oh, that Whis. He's always transporting Goku somewhere, again and again.
Oh, I'm jealous. I want a foodie buddy. Lisa's kind and has a soft demeanor, but he can also be pretty strict. This guy is a Supreme Kai like ours, but from another universe?
Powerful as he is, he's still only training to become a Supreme Kai. Shin from our universe is a lot less intimidating.
What did the Supreme Kai actually do anyway?
Man, there's so many types of gods. It's hard to keep track of them all.
This was the Potara fusion between Zamasu and the fake Goku, though there's barely any Goku you could glean from this freak.
His hairstyle is a little bit in the vein of Goku, I guess.
Yeah, but the way he speaks, and especially the way he thinks, doesn't have a lick of Goku in it.
Ah! What the heck is that supposed to be?
It's so terrifying. Why is he melting?
This was the result of his desperation to beat Goku and the others.
Is this what a fusion between Goku and Vegeta gone wrong would look like?
Huh? Oh, I hope not. Think of the kids!
The audacity of this creep! He's an assassin who went after Goku!
Despite being a loner, I heard that during the Tournament of Power, he used his time skip to rescue his teammates.
According to the data, he's over 1,000 years old. He's much older than he looks.
Shouldn't an assassin have their personal information a little more private?
Huh? Is this another of Frieza's clan?
He looks similar, but comes from a different universe.
I don't like this guy one bit.
He seems like the type that would cheat to win.
This is a Saiyan from Universe 6 who claims to be Vegeta's student. He's very proper and polite.
Is it really okay for him to have Vegeta as his teacher?
Yeah, I can't really picture him as a sensei.
He probably just wants to learn how to do Vegeta's special techniques. I would.
He's become a delinquent!
Look at that. I guess every Saiyan can turn Super Saiyan.
Our universes have more similarities than we think.
I bet you anything it's because of Vegeta's influence that he became a delinquent, right?
He looks about as prideful as his master gets.
He'd be giving in to his anger, probably convinced that it's a Saiyan's true nature. I can just picture it.
This is a female Saiyan from Universe 6. She's a confident puck. Totally hardcore.
Pan and Bulma will be as tough as her someday.
As long as they're not delinquents. This chick was a delinquent even before she became a Super Saiyan.
I mean, you're not wrong.
No objections here.
She looks so shy and mild-mannered. Is she a Saiyan too?
I'm pretty sure she is. Maybe not every Saiyan wants to be a fighter.
With as many ruffians as she's usually surrounded by, quiet Saiyans must be a rare breed on their planet.
This is when she loses total control of her own power. Better to be safe and just stay out of her way.
Incredible! So this is what a female Saiyan looks like when she really lets loose.
She's gotta be overflowing with power.
This is when she gets her power under control and stops going berserk. Looks like her physique balanced out a bit too, huh?
You make it sound like she went on a diet.
Even if she looks different, that doesn't mean she's any less strong.
When Kale and Caulifla fuse with those Patara things, they call themselves Kefla. Guess other universes name their fusions like we do.
I wonder what their name would be if they did the fusion dance instead.
Cauliflao?
Not very intimidating. Her hair is such a blindingly bright color now, and she's always hyper all the time too.
Yeah, she's pretty energetic.
Cabba's gonna have a tough time wrangling her.
This saucy little delinquent is super tough, uses foul language, and beat up my poor Goku. What a hussy.
It'd be interesting to see other fighters fuse with the Patara. Imagine the incredible opponents our boys could fight against.
Like fusing Frieza and Cell?
If we put those two together, there wouldn't be enough good guys in the universe to handle that. He's a warrior from Universe 11. His facial expression is so neutral, it's hard to tell what he's thinking.
He always looks kinda pissed off to me.
He comes off as cool, but it's his sense of justice that's his greatest quality.
This is when Jiren went all out against Goku.
Those muscles are crazy. But Goku beat him in the end, right?
He had to team up with Frieza to do it, and even then it was a draw. Taking him on alone would have been impossible.
I've heard this guy is the leader of the Pride Troopers. Must be a tough job to organize a group as unique as that.
Jiren seems like the strongest, but I didn't realize he wasn't the leader.
A leader's performance needs to be in service of their entire team. And this guy knows how to pull that off.
You're right. Toppo's got plenty of showmanship. Whoa! His aura, his body, his whole disposition has completely shifted.
He abandoned his sense of justice. Oh, it's scary how quickly people will change themselves to achieve victory.
They'll give up anything and everything to win. They're really determined.
A purple rabbit? Or a cat, maybe? Ugh, whatever he is, he's one of the reps for Universe 11.
My Gohan had no choice but to team up with Frieza at the Tournament of Power to beat this guy.
He's able to cooperate with even someone like Frieza in order to protect our world. I love that man.
These are the three warrior brothers from Universe 9. Their bark is just as impressive as their bite.
Didn't he fight Goku shortly before the Tournament of Power?
Right. But as always, Goku was stronger.
She's a female warrior from Universe 2. I've heard her transformations are pretty different from Goku and the others.
I heard she has a huge fan base in the universe she came from.
After that transformation sequence, I was an instant fan.
Another warrior from Universe 2, just like Ribrianne. She seems to treat martial arts more like hunting prey.
Not sure if that's a misunderstanding or just her style.
If it's the latter, I've seen far cooler styles than that.
And another warrior from Universe 2, like Ribrianne, she fights with the fists of Yachina.
Must be a fighting style used in Universe 2.
Fascinating to see the techniques of the other universes.
This is what the warriors from Universe 3 look like when they fuse. Didn't anyone tell them that size doesn't matter?
Gohan sent this ugly thing tumbling.
He could warp time and space to launch his attacks. Ugh, I'd love to learn more about that kind of technology.
That's Goku? I can't even tell anymore.
Look, he's got a tail.
Oh man! Not that I want to look that young again, but I'm still kinda jealous.
This kid that looks like Goku even copied his blonde hair obsession.
If he can turn into a Super Saiyan, that must mean he's a Saiyan himself, right?
Could he be like a long-lost relative or something?
I don't care what Super Saiyan number it is. Shaving off your eyebrows is not a good look.
Anybody can rock a look if they set their mind to it. Heck, I bet even Gohan could, if he wanted.
Now that would be a shock.
Is that my Goku? He looks so different.
Different's fine. Sometimes you gotta let a guy try something new.
Oh, wow. That's good to know.
Huh, what do you think? Pretty wild and cool looking, isn't he?
You're telling me that's Vegeta? You've got to be kidding.
They look kind of similar, I guess. Hard to tell, though.
Who's this supposed to be?
Is it Goku? Or maybe Vegeta? He's got a tail, it looks like, so maybe...
Either way, this guy looks kinda scary.
This girl. I get the weirdest feeling that I know her from somewhere.
Same here.
Doesn't she look like someone we know?
Wait, actually, she looks a lot like my little Pan, doesn't she?
Look! This is a little glimpse into the future of your daughter all grown up. He's such a polite young man.
Definitely well-mannered, but maybe not so strong.
Don't ask me why, but I feel like he's a million times stronger than he looks.
Yeah, if he trained properly, he could take on Goku, don't you think? Now this looks like a strong fighter.
I bet Goku would want to fight him.
Well, he is always looking for his next challenge.
Vegeta?
I mean, he kinda looks like him.
I'm not gonna lie, he's kinda scary.
Who the heck is this baby guy anyway?
Beats the heck out of me.
He doesn't look human, that's for sure.
This baby guy doesn't stay in the same form for long, huh?
Transformed again already? Daring today, aren't we?
At this point, I can't even tell how strong he is.
He turned into a great ape!
Does that mean he's also a Saiyan?
That's one big monkey. Would we ever be able to defeat something like this?
What the? This guy is the scariest looking dragon I've ever seen.
Something about those eyes of his. I feel like Goku and the others would struggle against him as an enemy.
You're right. He feels more powerful than anyone they've ever faced.
Yeah.
Oh no! The dragon transformed!
The Dragon Balls have become a part of him. Are they what caused this?
Who can say? Oh, those spikes on his back make me cringe in fear.
He seems even more powerful than before.